Hello, everybody. This is Juan Manuel once again here in a new episode of Explorer Tales. Today we are in Galapagos on the Galaxy series with two very special guests, George and Christine. We are very proud that you are here. These two very special guests are content creators, so we are really happy to have them here. Can you please introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit. How did you start on this, and when did you start on this? Welcome, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
We're so excited to be here. My name is George. This is my wife, Christine. We don't really use Christine, Chris and Chrissa. We started out as content creators about 2 years ago. We were inspired to go travel. So we bought, long story short, we bought an RV, traveled around the west coast of America, going to different national parks and mountains and hiking, outdoor adventure kind of places. We spent a year out west, and then we came back home to Florida for us. And we decided that we wanted to take an even bigger leap by traveling internationally, which we've never really done together.
Okay.
We started that this year.
That was what we started this year. And we worked really hard on content creation, posted a video every single day, just tried to build our business, gain more experience, expertise, all those things.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is your full-time job, or do you do something apart of
This is our
this?
full-time job.
Yes.
So we've been full-time with it for about 2 years. So we're just learning and growing and excited for every opportunity, especially this one in the Galapagos. It's amazing.
So you choose more natural places, or do you also go to cities like urban pictures and so, or what do you decide more?
We focus more on outdoor adventure, landscape, mountains, hiking, lakes, rivers, all those things, waterfalls. Ocean, because it's what inspires us.
Yeah.
As much as we love cities and going to get good food in cities and all that stuff,
Love that.
we love that, but we prefer to be outside for sure.
So that's why the Galapagos has just been so inspiring to us, because it's nature, as much as you could want, wildlife as much as you could dream of. It's been incredible every single day.
Yeah.
If you have to choose between destinations, I mean, there are so many places to see around the world. What are the main aspects when you choose for a destination? For example, when we told you, come to the Galapagos, come over here, I'm sure you have a lot of invitations. So what are the main aspects when you decide one above the others destinations?
Yeah, I think for us, we always, as creators, one of the most important things we can do is work on things that inspire us. And places like Galapagos, we knew would inspire us because it's wild, it's raw, it's rugged, it's like nearly untouched by man. It's almost like a trip back in time before man built malls and skyscrapers and all these all these things that happen in a city. It's like untouched out there. So we knew that it would be a place that inspires us, and we create our best content, of course, when we're inspired. And so we knew immediately that we were going to try and join this trip.
Sure. And you always travel as a couple, or it's your team?
Yes, exactly.
Or do you also travel or some specific places only by your own or by yourself?
Well, I think now that we started our business, it's been mostly just both of us at the same time.
Yeah.
But I grew up traveling a little bit more than George did. But so now that we're able to travel together, we love to do it together.
For sure.
Yes. So mostly together.
Great. Now let's talk a lot about the destination. How has been Galapagos for you? What were your expectations before, and did the expectations fulfill?
For me, I wasn't too sure what to expect, just because I don't know anyone that's been.
Yeah.
So I just tried to research online a little bit, and I don't think really anyone has done it justice, because it blew my expectations out of the water. It was just every day it's just so inspiring, seeing all the wildlife, seeing how it's very sustainable. Is that the right word?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where it's not like overrun with tourists. It's
Yes.
economic.
The nature is respected.
Respected,
yeah,
yes.
for sure.
You can tell everyone who's here is very passionate about it.
Yes.
Passionate about respecting the animals, nature, and everything. So I think it's just been an incredible experience on every level for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, our expectations, we try not to walk into situations with too high of expectations, just so, of course, we don't get let down. But at least in America, like through schooling, I had heard about Galapagos, but that's something you learn when you're younger because they teach you how like an amazing place where wildlife runs free and all those amazing things. And then honestly, you kind of growing up, you maybe forget about it. You forget the Galapagos Islands, and so our expectations weren't too high. But even if they were high, this would have far surpassed. Even if it was up here, it would have still been beyond. Because we've just had so many incredible moments that we'll remember forever. Yeah.
Even
Different
the
moments.
first day, we saw like how many different species.
I
Like,
know.
this was only day one.
Yeah, for sure.
How can it get better? But it
Every
did.
day it does.
That's great. If you have to describe the islands in one sentence, how would you describe it?
One sentence. You're better with words.
What comes to mind for me is I would say Galapagos Islands are a place to fully immerse yourself in nature. That's how I would define it. If being in like truly in nature, not just like watching it, but being a part of it, if that is something that is meaningful to you, this is the place to go.
It feels like you've stepped into National Geographic.
Yes, for sure.
Like if you could step into the TV, that's how it is stepping in.
For sure.
Really great. If you have to choose between all the activities you have done, all the moments you had with the nature all these days, which were your 5 favorite moments until now?
Yeah, I'm glad you let us choose 5 instead of 1, because 1's impossible. Yeah, there's too many.
Even for us, it's impossible to choose just one.
Exactly.
So I would say like 5.
Okay.
Your favorite ones.
I love snorkeling with penguins and just like seeing them swim underwater is so cute. Snorkeling with penguins and snorkeling with sea lions.
Yes.
And 2 animals I never thought I would snorkel with.
Yeah, I would say those 2 jump out for me as well. And like specifically regarding the sea lions, just watching them dance underwater. You know, like she said, that's something you would see on a documentary on TV with National Geographic. But like we were there. My own eyeballs saw a seal dancing, or and just blowing bubbles and being playful. And I just know I'm going to remember that forever, for sure. The penguins were incredible. The marine iguana, it was like watching Godzilla in a miniature form, eating. Like he would just hang onto the rocks no matter what the current was doing. So that was super cool. And then the other thing is, honestly, this ship, this crew, is definitely one of my favorite moments. Like,
oh my gosh.
I said it earlier, but the crew was always ready for us. They anticipated every need. The culinary experience on board was amazing. This is the best food I've ever had on any cruise. Honestly, any trip we've been on, probably.
Everyone is so professional. Everything's so organized. You feel so cared for
and safe. Yes.
Which that's huge.
Yeah.
And another one that comes to mind is actually today when we were hiking, and we saw these little seal pups.
Oh yeah.
Sea lion pups.
A sea lion colony.
And we got to see a baby sea lion nursing with its mother.
Yes.
It was just born 2 days ago.
Yeah.
A baby sea lion. It was just so precious. That's like such a rare moment to see.
For sure.
Oh, the whales.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh. How do we forget it? There's so many.
I can't keep it at 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we were. Candidly, we were the moment that we learned that there are whales outside. We were both like resting because these days are long, full of adventure, which is awesome. But you get tired naturally. So we were just resting, and then all of a sudden the intercom turns on, and he's like, "The captain has spotted whales," and we were out of our room within 5 seconds. And we ran to the bridge outside. And then all of a sudden you see all their breath in the air. You see breaches.
It was so exciting.
And then the captain gave the okay for us to actually go try to swim with them. And I got to get right up close to one, and it's always been a dream of mine to swim with whales.
What's his favorite animal?
It's my favorite animal.
You got really, really close.
Very, very close. I mean, so close that I could see like the texture of it, and I saw his tail swoosh underwater. But that was unbelievable. It's like it's a moment that'll live with me forever.
Things that you never thought you would be able to do.
For sure.
And then it was made possible by Gull Agents and Galapagos.
Absolutely.
Great. Of course, you brought your equipment with you. How easy or difficult was it to take those wonderful moments with the animals? Was it quite difficult, easy?
It's always whenever you're dealing with wildlife, it always adds a little bit of complexity. Because of course, if I'm just taking a photo of my wife, it's a little easier because I can tell her to pose and do this and stand there, stay there.
Yeah, there's more light.
Exactly. The wildlife does what wildlife does. They're wild. So that brings some complexity to it. But we made sure when we came that we brought a full spectrum of camera equipment for each individual excursion we were going on, so that we could try and capture as much as possible. So of course we had like our telephoto lens for the shore excursions, the boat rides, which were amazing. Then we had an Insta360 and our GoPro for underwater. So we just made sure to come with different options that fit
I will
each
say, like,
excursion.
there's so much opportunity to get the photos.
Oh
because
yes,
It's not
it was
like,
everywhere. Yeah.
It's not like it was only one day we got lucky. Like
That's true.
every single day we saw something, whether
Yeah.
it was a sea lion, a shark,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
sea turtle, like
For sure.
so there was ample opportunity to take it. So that made it
Yeah.
easier in a way because
True.
it was like so plentiful.
Yeah.
And also because the animals they get really close, right? So you will find them like immediately, and sometimes you are surrounded by them. So
Sea lion just dancing in between.
Well, today I was following you, and you were snorkeling into that cave, and it was like this huge black cave in this beautiful water, and you told me there was a shark, and I'm like, where? And all of a sudden, one comes out. It was a white tip, and just swimming with a shark has also been something I've always wanted to do. And then there was 2 sharks, and then there was 2 seals, and the fish were it was just incredible.
yes, it was really, really incredible. You already told us a little bit about the boat, about the Galaxy series. Just can you tell us a little bit more how has been your experience here on board, on the cabins, with the private balconies, with the food, activities? How did you find it?
This is the nicest boat I've ever seen.
Oh, for sure.
Every detail
detail.
is thought of.
Yes.
The beds are huge,
Yeah.
so comfortable.
The bathroom, the
balcony.
shower, yeah, all
Yeah,
of
the
it.
shower. I never expected to be so big.
Yeah,
It just feels so luxurious
It
and
does.
so comfortable and
Yeah.
like home. Like
Yes.
so, I don't want to leave.
Yeah. Yeah, it's truly 5-star in every way. 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up, perfect. And a lot of that comes to life with the incredible crew that brings this culture to it, because it was fun. Like we were playing charades, dancing last night.
my gosh.
They've helped us with so many fun ideas to video our experience. So they were just so helpful, which is what makes it 5-star in my
Yes,
opinion. It's the people.
The staff, the crew has been
Yes.
incredible.
Incredible.
And they've really made our experience
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
absolutely.
Great to know. Would you recommend the Galapagos Islands and also the Galaxy series?
100%. Yeah, this needs to be on
my
every-
whole family. Like
Yeah.
we have to come back together.
Yes.
This is incredible.
It basically, as simply as I can put it, is this needs to be on your bucket list. It is worthy of a bucket list spot to come here on the Galaxy Sirius and go explore the wild of Galapagos Islands.
Yeah.
To the people following you, what would you recommend them when they are starting planning to the Galapagos Islands? What would you recommend them not to forget to bring, or maybe about the expectations? What would you recommend them?
To bring, like, as far as what to pack,
Yes, and also with equipment, for example, and so.
you can take equipment, but for packing, I would just say make sure you bring like light clothing that you can wear outside, but
That
not
covers you
too
from the
hot.
sun.
That covers from the sun.
Yep.
Definitely sunscreen.
For sure.
Well, you have the wetsuits here, so that's
Yeah, snorkel
perfect.
gear's already here, and it all worked
Bring your
flawlessly.
bathing suit because there's
Yes.
a hot tub upstairs.
For sure. And then, for camera equipment, I would say your bare essentials, if you really want to capture the experience, would be a camera with a telephoto lens, so that you can really push in on the
Yeah.
like the blue-footed boobies, like, and just seeing them on the rock. And then you want something that can go underwater for sure.
Yes.
Whether it's Insta360, whether it's GoPro, just something that you can take video underwater, because so much of the magic of Galapagos is underwater. So being able to capture that and take it home to your family and friends to share the experience is very important. So definitely pack those 2 things as well. And then also, I mean, I would also, not something you would pack, so to say, but remember, this is wildlife. So temper your expectations and understand that the crew is going to do everything they can to give you an incredible experience and take you where these animals are. But at the end of the day, patience is required.
Of course.
And number
It's not a
one,
zoo.
Exactly, not a zoo. And the other thing is just respect is required. Respecting these animals. Like even when we stumbled across the sea lion colony, you make sure to stay
Keep your
back
distance.
to make sure they're having their intimate moment. So I would say to pack patience as well. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for your time again. I hope you enjoyed and keep enjoying the cruise because it's not over. And all the people viewing us, thank you very much for being with us in this new episode. And stay tuned for our next episode. Thank you very much again.
Thank you for having us. Yes, thank you.
Bye.